are powers on Earth too hidden to be seen, and conspiracies too vast to comprehend. For years, the world has seen fact distorted, reality manipulated, and the truth concealed. Join the Pierre Sebak podcast to uncover the real meanings behind ancient aliens and their symbolism.
Hi, this is Pierre Sebak, unlocking the keys to the mysteries. Now today I want to talk about the Illuminati, and I just want to make connection between the Illuminati and also the royal lineage and what the Illuminati actually signifies. Now to review some of the etymologies, if we look at the Aramaic word for an angel, the etymology is Zar, which is an angel. Now, as I've mentioned before in previous videos, Zar, an angel, is polymorphic, and this means that it can also be translated not only as an angel, but it's also synonymous with an angel, a stranger, or a visitor. So both the terminology an angel is interchangeable with the etymology of an alien, stranger, or visitor. So Zar, an angel, is equated with an alien, stranger, or visitor. Now I want to also look at some of the etymologies which appertain to the royal bloodline, in particular when we look at the etymology of Zar, an angel, or alien, and it's really elliptical of the Aramaic word Sar, which is a prince, ruler, official, captain, commander, or chief. Again, the etymology of Sar is polymorphic. Now we can see that the word Sar, a prince, ruler, official, or captain, can really be rendered as lordship, and this is because the etymology of Sar, a captain, is a contraction on the Hebrew noun Sira, which is a boat. So by definition here we're talking about lordship. Now, as I've mentioned before in many videos, the Hebrew word Sira, a boat, is a diptych paranomasia, and this means that this is a wordplay which operates in a different language. So for example, the Hebrew word Sira, a boat, is consistent with the Arabic etymology Sira, which means Sirius. Now Sira, Sirius, is coming from the noun Sara, which is a spark. So Sira is the shining one. In particular, it's the sparkling one. And Sira is really equated with the seraphim. So, for example, Sopheth, which is a watcher, is related to Seraph, and Serapha, which is fire. So really, when we're dealing with the seraphim, we're dealing with an angelic species, which is equated with Sirius, the shining one. And this is important when we come to look at the signifiers of the Illuminati, because the Illuminati represent their divinity or their divine bloodline in reference to the star system Sirius. So this is very important, and this is something that we need to make reference to and to understand in context to the symbolism of the Illuminati. Now, the bloodline of Sar, which is a ruler, is concordant in Arabic with Zar, which is light. And as I've mentioned before, this is really explicit of Zar, which is an angel or an alien. The two terms are synonymous. And we can also say that the lineage is sanctified. So, for example, when we look at the angel in connection to the royal bloodline, we see that Zar, an angel or alien, is cognate with Sar, which is a prince or a ruler, and Zar, which is light. As we mentioned before, the connotation of Sar, which is a prince or a ruler, connotes lordship, hence this etymological relationship with the Hebrew noun Sira, a boat, but the signifier of Sira, a boat, is used to denote esoterically Sira, which is Sirius, the star system Sirius, which again appertains to the shining ones, the watchers. Again, in Hebrew, Sopheth, a watcher, is related to Seraph, and Serapha, which is fire. Again, the similar etymology would be the Erin, which are also the watchers. And again, Erin are the watchers or the shining ones, the polymorphic. The etymology of which is a watcher, is related to Or, which is light. Now, when we begin to transfer the Aramaic into the Hebrew, we see that there are similar word plays in operation. So, for example, Malach, an angel, is again cognate with Melech, a king. So the bloodline of the king is deemed to be angelic. And again, Malach, an angel, is a construction on ru'akh, which is the old Semitic word for light. Again, the connotation is related to akan, which is a seraph in the old Semitic, and again akim, which is a king or a sovereign. So again, we're seeing these word plays which are playing out. But again, if we wanted to look at the Hebrew word Kaiser, which is a spaceman, we can see that in the Greek, when we transfer this, again, this would be a type of diptych paranomasia. Kaiser could be rendered in the Greek as Caesar. So when we say the Greek word Kaiser, meaning Caesar, in the Hebrew, Kaiser is a spaceman. And again, Kaiser is coming from the Semitic etymology, Kai, which is a living creature, Za, which is an angel or an alien. And again, it's very interesting because the living creatures are deemed to be alien. And again, the Elakei, the Elakei are the high creatures, or the high gods. Again, the terminology is polymorphic, but the Elakei is related to Caesar, which is an alien. So this is important. Now, when we look at the etymology of Sarah Prince, going back to the original etymology of Za, which is an angel, and again, this is a princely or a royal bloodline, we see that both Sarah Prince and Za, which is an angel or an alien, is congruent with Za, which is light. And again, we're seeing that there is this affiliation to the Elohim bloodline, and again, the signifier of light is important when we're dealing with the Elohim, or Elah in the singular, which again would be connected to the Erin, which are the Watchers. Now, the royal lineage is very much connected to the signifier of light, and light is really discursive of heavenly knowledge. And again, this is a reservoir of knowledge which originates from the Akzari, which when we render this in English means a brother of light. Now, the Akzari are really the precursors to the Illuminati. So the rendition Illuminati is originating from the Akzari, the brothers of light. And the Illuminati are a secret society. They are comprised of the elite, and they can really be understood to be the enlightened ones. And they trace their line of descent from angels. And so therefore light or heavenly signifiers are very important when we're dealing with the Illuminati. Now, we can say that the Akzari, a brother of light, otherwise the Illuminati, are a wordplay or a paranomasia on Akzari, which is a brother of an angel or an alien. So the Arabic rendition, Akzari, a brother of light, when we render that into the Aramaic, is a wordplay. Again, it's a diptych paranomasia on Akzari, which is a brother of an angel. Remember that the word Za is polymorphic, and so therefore Za is not only an angel but also indicates an alien. And this is featured in the classical tradition and in the symbolism as the Shining Ones or the Watchers. So what can we say about this? Well, really, in conclusion, we can say that the Brothers of Light, that they are cryptic and that they are very much a variant on the Brothers of Angels. And if you like, they're an adaptation in the Semitic language on the word alien. And it's very much an entity which originates from a vessel. And as we mentioned before, the Hebrew word sira, a vessel, is a diptych paranomasia. It's a wordplay on the Arabic noun sira, which is Sirius. Sirius is the shining one, the sparkling one, from which the seraphim are born, from which they originate. And again, it is said that the jinn are born from smokeless fire, and this is why the jinn and the seraphim are deemed to be cognate, and they are translated as the same. So within occult symbolism, the angel is one and the same with the alien. They're both closely affiliated together. We can also say, to add a little bit of commentary on this, that when we really begin to dig a little bit deeper and we look at the divisions within the Illuminati, we can see that the Illuminati is sectioned into three main orders, and I refer to this as the tripartite Illuminati. So these are the three orders of the Illuminati, and the three orders of the Illuminati can be summarized as follows. We have the seraphic component, which is composed of the seraphic host. As we mentioned before, there is this relationship between Sophet, a watcher, Seraph, a serpent, Serapha, which is fire. Then we have a human order to the Illuminati. Again, this would be the wordplay on Ish, which is man, and Esh, which is fire. And then we have this grafted lineage, this human angelic lineage. And again, similar signifiers are found within the Greek etymology of the neophyte. Neophytus are the newly planted. Again, we're seeing that there is this relationship in Greek between phuton, which is a plant, phot, which is light. So again, we're having light signifiers, which would be indicative of the watchers, of the shining ones, and they trace their lineage back to Sirius. Now, when we look at the tripartite Illuminati, or the three divisions of the Illuminati, we see that they do exist separately, but they are very much interconnected, and this again feeds into the dialectic, what I have referred to in my book Holographic Culture as the Seraphim Cherubim dialectic. So this is the dialectic between knowledge, which is split between the Seraphim, which are non-human angels, and then the Cherubim, which are proto-human angels, and which would be associated with human knowledge or humanist knowledge. So we have a partition within the priesthood between the representation or the personification of the serpent and the serpent knowledge, which is deemed to be alien. As we mentioned before, there is this etymological comparison between Zar, which is an angel but also means an alien, and then the humanist orders of the Illuminati, which would be identified with the Seraphim. So although we can say that the Illuminati are divided into three orders of the Illuminati, and they do exist separately, they are, when we begin to look into this, that they are interconnected, and they are interconnected under something which I refer to in holographic culture as the Covenant of Worlds. And the Covenant of Worlds go back to the star system Orion, and this is something which I'm looking at in my new book Angelic Invasion. So this is something which I will be talking about a little bit later on. Now, the Illuminati, they are a trinity, or can be represented as a trinity, and they operate in unison whilst also competing against major elements of themselves. And again, we're finding this antagonism both encoded within the priesthood in terms of human and non-human knowledge, and the partition within the priesthood, for example, Protestant and Catholic, Sunni and Shiite, and again, that this is going back to this dialectic of knowledge, which can be understood as the Seraphim Cherubim dialectic. Now, the Illuminati, they are based upon a strict hierarchy, and we can understand that the Illuminati really can be understood to be a militarized structure. And this is because when we begin to break down the etymologies of, for example, Zar, an angel or alien, and the relationship to the princely bloodline, Sar, which is a prince, related to Sira, which is a boat, we're going back into the ancient symbolism of the angelic host. In particular, when we look at Sophet, a watcher, we see that there is this morphological split between the F and the B, which would mean that Sabaoth, the host, or Saba, an army, is related to Seraph, which is a serpent. And again, this interconnection would actually denote that we're dealing here with the seraphic host when we're dealing with Yahweh Sabaoth, the Lord of the host. Now, the angels themselves, they base this system upon a class system, and we can say that the seraphim, that they rule over mankind, and that they have planted these grafted bloodlines, and this is interconnected with the second creation, which I've spoken about in numerous videos. And in essence, the grafted bloodlines, which can be understood to be monarchical, this is a type of royal fraternity, and they watch over, or they mediate between heaven and earth, and this is essentially the symbolism of the Illuminati, and how the Illuminati interconnects with the royal bloodline. Okay, this is Pierre Sabak. Let's try and make this a better world. Thank you very much.